splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. Get your lick back. If a nigga owe you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit splat. Stop, let this shit slide and get your lick back. And get your lick back. I feel like I'm JX. J-Way. I'm a perfectionist. Adderall got me restless. I'm gone. Run with a wild crew, they get reckless. Young boy, come up off that neck. Into the trends. See a lead, be the band.
Good evening and welcome to another episode of Who Will Be King. My name is B. Foster. I'm here with a couple of my NFC North comrades, and we are back. And we've hit another milestone in the NFL offseason. We are only a day away from the entire schedule being out for the NFL, and we're slowly getting the leaks. But how are you guys doing today?
Terrible.
Oh, that's a shame. It's a beautiful day here in St. Louis.
It would be better if we just got the schedule. Enough with this slow drip.
Well, and you talking about a slow drip? I don't think Chicago has anything official yet.
Nothing at all.
There's a rumor, but nothing official.
Right, just some rough expectations.
The rumor that I said last week that Chicago is going to open with the defending champs.
Yep, that's one.
Passing off the torch, so to speak.
Oh, you think so?
I love your optimism, Bay.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's jump right into that portion of it. So we don't know anything official for the Chicago Bears, but we do know they will have a first place schedule, which historically has not been kind to the first place teams. The Detroit Lions know all about it. And historically, ever since the 17-game season has been rolled out, the first place team has regressed an average of 4 games, I think I heard. So, you know, that means that the Chicago Bears will play 5 first place teams. That's 5 out of the 8 in the NFL. Would you like to place a case as to why the Bears will be able to overcome that type of a trend? Okay.
Not only do the Bears have a first place schedule, but the Bears, based on math, have the toughest schedule in the league for 2026.
I would like to debate that a little bit. That's because it's taken off. If you're talking strength of schedule, the NFL did it off of the records last year. Who won the most versus who, lost.
That's how it's generally done, off the last year's records.
But there's a winning percentage. Lauren Sharp from Sharp Football says no, strength of schedules should be done on the betting market as to where the Las Vegas thinks the team will finish. And they have Chicago, I think, is the 5th, somewhere in there, 4th or 5th toughest. Not the number 1 like the NFL does.
Widely accepted as the way to do this is last year's winning percentage. Are there better ways to do it? Sure. Who cares? But what I would say about the Bears' schedule coming up this year, the Bears do play, as you said, 5 first place teams. In addition to those first place teams, they play the Atlanta Falcons. They play Atlanta Falcons, who are quarterbacked by Tua. They play the Miami Dolphins, Tua's former team, and alleged NFL roster, allegedly. They play Bryce Young, the Carolina Kittens. They play the New York Jets. They play, I can't even pronounce his name yet because I'm still getting used to him being an actual quarterback, the New Orleans Saints. And they play the New England Patriots, who were in the Super Bowl last year as well, who at this moment still have a head coach. By the time that game rolls around, you don't know who their head coach would be. So I'm just going to put this out there. Yes, there are some world beaters on this schedule. We have the NFC North, toughest division in the league. They have the Buffalo Bills. Do you think they're going to regress anytime soon with Josh Allen? I doubt it. Don't think so. As long as you got Josh Allen, you have a playoff team. You have the Philadelphia Eagles. We've seen that dance before. We know how that goes. And you have the defending Super Bowl champions. There are some good teams on this schedule. I just named 7 of them. I just named 6 other ones who don't strike me as world beaters as well. So do I think there's going to be some regression for the Bears? Of course. Is baked into the NFL's business plan.
Script.
We want that. Some people call it a script. We want the teams to have an up and down path. We want the highs and the lows. We want the
parity.
You want teams to reach the top and then fall right back to the bottom. We want to keep everybody at 500. That is the way the NFL stays rich. But do I think the Bears are going to fall on their face? Play the Jets. Scotty, what's his name that won the Masters this year? Scotty, I'm blanking on his name.
Damn.
In any case, the guy that won the Masters, he won 2 Masters since the last time the Jets have got an interception. I have no doubts in my mind that's a situation that's not going anywhere fast. The Bears can go ahead and stamp the W right there on that schedule for them. The Miami Dolphins, again, they might not even be a Power 5 school this year.
Jeez.
I'm not worried about them. The NFC South don't care about their yearly perennial 8-9 division winner. Pack them up. Don't care about it. And we will make our way through what's left of the NFC North and the AFC, the AFC East. The rest of that, not the AFC East, but the NFC West. It's going to be. Every season's tough, but I feel like the Bears are going to be well prepared for this challenge.
And the Masters winner was Rory McIlroy.
Right.
Rory McIlroy.
I don't think it's Scott McIlroy.
Not Scotty Scheffler.
Oh,
wrong golfer.
Fair enough. Okay, Dave. We do know, at least we know one game that you will be playing in all the specifics. But before we get to that, you got some breaking news that broke right after, or the day after we recorded last. Why don't you fill us in on what that was all about?
We added to our wide receiver heritage. We signed Juwan Jennings to be our wide receiver 3, he's going to be a heck of a wide receiver 3. He is a big man, 6'3", 225, and he loves to block. As in the fact that he loves it, he's mean about it. And he will block up into the whistle, or at least until he hears the whistle, and sometimes that's seconds after it stops. He is an absolute terror on the field. Not only that, he's caught more balls than every wide receiver, I think, or most of them, a handful, go listen to 2 bloggers, that were traded this year and made bigger money. He has more yardage in the last 2 years than they did. He has more yak than they did. He has more touchdowns than they did. He is, very, very good at what he does. He's a possession receiver. He wins big in the red zone. He boxes people out. He's not afraid to hit. I think he wanted to be a lineman or a tight end, but was just not quite big enough. And that's the mentality he has. And I think us grabbing him to be our wide receiver 3 is going to be fantastic. The one thing I worry about is that we don't have enough balls to go around. We're going to have to put both Kyler Murray and J.J. McCarthy each with the ball on the field, so our wide receivers are going to be happy. It's that simple. And then you throw him in the run game, he can do motion stuff and have that and guard pulling. Aaron Jones is going to have it easy. Just make the edge and clear sailing.
So where do you think that puts you as far as how you rank amongst the rest of the receiving cores? We'll stick on the field. We know you're not very good drivers as a whole, but keeping it on the field, where do you feel like you fall?
Drivers, not very good drivers. Thinking Tiger Woods on that one. Speaking of golfers, no, I think we have in the NFL the top. If you want to take the top three, the wide receiver 1, 2, and 3, we have the best group in the entire NFL. The only question we have is QB.
Which is
it going to be the wee widow one? Is he going to revert or resurrect his career and turn to his 2020 self? Or is he going to be not as good? And is J.J. McCarthy going to step up this year and become what everybody envisioned him to be? Is the only question. And there is a theoretically true competition going into camp. It was put out by Tom Pelissero and Adam Schefter, and there was a third one, big national beat writer, that said no, there's going to be a competition. So it's going to be interesting. Find the one that can throw them the ball the best, we're golden, because they both can hand off the ball and they both can run the ball. So what do you mean, we ran the ball against you, beat you.
No, there's you said they both can hand off the ball. We've seen some struggles with them handing off the ball before. Not JJ, Kyler.
I'm about to say, not JJ. He won a national championship doing that.
Oh yeah, he's damn good at that.
He's an elite hander of balls off. Yes, he can do that very well. Kyler, there's been some struggles in the handoff process before.
I'll have to go check it out. I'll have to look back at some of his film. I don't doubt it. I'm hoping the best guy wins, and I hope they both step up. I want to have two very good quarterbacks.
Which means you have not one.
No, we'll find out. And Delton is there. Oh, it's a true, quote, true competition. Ha. Lies. Yes. Delton, I fully believe Kyle Murray is going to start in the number one position, but they're going to switch off back and forth probably all the way through preseason, and we're going to see.
Delton also said you're middle in the pack as far as the wide receiver room is concerned, so he's got a lot.
Delton has some off the field takes that aren't quite right sometimes, and I love Delton because Delton's great. He's a great friend and in the group, but I can't. Delton, how can you say Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Juwan Jennings are middle of the pack?
Probably has his feelings about Addison. That would be my assumption, but
Broom Addison.
Tim is wondering, is this thing on? Yeah, it's on, Tim.
He said T is better than your wide receiver 2 and 3, which I would agree.
Up to talking
combined, or just
both. I'm assuming just he's better than Jennings as well as
Addison. Yeah,
Addison, yeah, and he's the number 2 himself.
Yeah, but who's your number 3? Tim.
He knows, but I don't know.
Joe Bag of Donuts. Who?
Ooh.
But interestingly enough, that you were announced one particular game, which is a significant one to Mr. Jennings. What is your take on that? And give us the details about when it is, where it is, all that good stuff.
Well, our particular game, as soon as I find it, because I've already forgotten, is it is down in Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
It is the last international game of the season. And it will be played at 7,000 feet altitude, and it's against the San Francisco 49ers. And it's an away game for us. I love that. We don't lose the home game this season. But it's the 5th year in a row we played overseas. And it is what it is. So it's going to be, because the daylight savings time will be in Mexico, or Mexico City doesn't swap, will be in the same time zone, I heard. I don't know if that's quite true, but it's a night game. and it's going to be fun.
So Central, it'll be Central time zone.
Well, I heard it's 8:15 Eastern start on NBC. It's the Sunday night game.
All right. And the Green Bay Packers, their first game was announced today, I believe, or not their first game, but the first game that we know about was announced either today or yesterday, and it's a brand new time slot. This is Thanksgiving Eve at 8 p.m. against the LA Rams, and that is LA will be hosting, and that will be on Netflix. So this is a brand new time slot. Should be a interesting game. Two teams that have playoff implications. Unfortunately, the Packers do have playoff implications.
Aspirations. They can have their aspirations, but it sounds like LA is going to be eating a lot of turkey on Netflix. That's what it sounds like to me.
More than likely.
Hope so.
And lastly, the Detroit Lions have two games announced. The first one, we will be hoping to play spoiler to the Buffalo Bills, who will be making their home debut in their brand new stadium.
I was wondering if it's going to be the debut of the new stadium, because it's week 2. It's not week 1.
Yeah, it's week 2, but I'm assuming
it is too, since it's national.
Yeah. I'm assuming they would make the debut. I think I read somewhere that it will be their debut in the stadium. So the Bills will be the Lions will be looking for some get back, because the Bills beat us pretty bad a couple of years ago, right before the playoffs. So yeah,
and it's the first Thursday night game of the season, I believe.
That may be true as well. Yeah.
Playing on a short week.
Isn't the first game of the season?
No. The first Thursday night week's going to be first week. Never mind. Second Thursday night week game.
Yeah.
The first game this season is supposed to be on Wednesday, I heard.
I think it's on Wednesday, and rumor has it it's your team. And then Thursday is the Australian game.
Yeah. That's what I don't know why they just can't have the Australia game be the kickoff. But hey, the NFL, they know what they're doing. They got AI doing the schedule now, so
I'm sure it'll do fine. Except for the Wednesday game of the Packers. That's an odd day of the week.
Yeah,
how are they going to work the buys around that?
Yeah, it sounds like the Packers are getting screwed here. Show of hand, who cares about that?
But yes, we do have one other game on our schedule that we are aware of, and that is the game in Munich, Germany, against the New England Patriots. Now, normally the international games are kind of stinkers, but this one should be a pretty good one. Obviously, we have the AFC champs going up against a team that is in the Lions that is hoping to be back atop the NFC. So whereas normally you can kind of not worry about it, usually get a Jaguars Dolphins game or something like that, but this one should be pretty competitive and should have some importance on the season. And outside of that, the Patriots have had their way with the Lions as of recently in the most recent part of our series. So it should be an interesting one.
Speaking of the Jaguars, they have back-to-back games.
Oh, that's par for the course for them
in London.
Yeah, they stay out there.
They got a whole what do you call it, practice stadium already out there, because you remember the rumor was they was testing the market to see if they can move over there, but that's not going to happen. But the Jaguars are very, very familiar with playing in London. They got, like you said, back-to-back games in Wembley Stadium.
First one's in Tottenham, Hotspur, and the second.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, Tottenham, then Wembley. Right. Yeah, I mean, it's not a long flight for them. I don't think it's not the shortest flight for any NFL team, but it's definitely not long for them as far as distance. I think it's actually quicker to get from Jacksonville to Tottenham than it is to get from Jacksonville to LA.
Quicker to get to London than to get to LA. I mean, it's fine. So I don't know.
I mean, it's around the same. It might be cutting it about, a half hour here or there, but it's about maybe a 5-hour flight either way.
All right. And then we got some rumors here. Opener, the Bills coming to Minnesota to open. That's a rumor. We got the Minnesota opens against the Panthers.
Say in their rumors. They just conflicted.
Speculation.
I have no idea.
Any before we take our first break, Pay, I know you think that you guys might have the first game of the season, you think? First
open the season against the Seattle Seahawks.
Against Seahawks. Okay. Any other predictions?
As far as where the schedule falls for the Bears,
I think last week you said you thought that you might have New England on Thursday.
There's another one. So if the Bears don't get Seattle to open the season, I would think that the Bears play Green Bay in maybe the Monday night or Sunday night game, week 1.
Sounds feasible.
Interesting. We have a rumor that Minnesota will travel to Green Bay. It's week 3, I think. Week 2 or week 3. Which would be great because that means we don't play them in January up there. I heard a rumor that's going to be you there, Bay.
That's fine. Playing the Packers in January in Lambeau? No big deal.
Good time.
Love your optimism, baby. Love your optimism.
Yeah, Caleb's their landlord now, so it's all right.
All right. Well, let's get to the first break, and then we'll see what we got going on in the second half of the show. All right. General news around the league. We'll just go around the room. Anything hot going on in Minnesota? Obviously, you guys had the free agent situation, but actually, I was curious about your GM search. How's that search going? And I hear that you guys were interviewing somebody from Detroit as well. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, that's a secret. We aren't supposed to tell anybody.
Apparently
not. Ray Agnew is one of the 9. I think we're up to about 9 individuals that we are actively interviewing. The interview started Monday with video conferences, and they include Terrence Gray, assistant GM of the Bills. All these guys are assistant GMs. John McKay of the Rams, Dave Ziegler of the Titans, formerly GM of the Raiders. He's the only one that has full GM experience, in which he became a temporary one and then was there briefly and got fired. Chad Alexander of the Chargers, one of my favorites. RJ Gillen of the 49ers. Nolan Teasley of the Seahawks. Ray Agnew, like I said, of the Lions. Reed Buckhart of the Broncos, and Kyle Smith of the Dolphins. Now, Kyle Smith, if you look at the Dolphins, I'm like, I don't want anybody that's, helped be part of a losing organization. But, hey, maybe they were the one that tried to buck the trend and got shat on in the process. I have no idea. But it's going to be interesting to see what comes of it. The interview process, all right now, starting with just the video thing, the Zoom calls.
That's why you said it's zooming.
Yeah, it's zooming. And you have the Wilfs, you have their adult children, you have Kevin O'Connell in the room, and you have one of the other execs. I forget his name off the top of my head. Same one that chose Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah. They're the ones doing the interviewing, which is interesting in the fact that Kevin O'Connell's in the room. Because why would Kevin O'Connell be involved in hiring his boss?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if the Vikings go the route of what Atlanta's done, and there's another team that's done it too, where they have a president of football ops, whatever you want to call it, that's above the GM and the head coach, and they subdivide the GMs over here with personnel and the head coach is over here with the team, it makes sense. And if that makes sense, that person that will be made president of football, in my opinion, is Rob Brzezinski, who has his hat in the ring already as, a GM possibility. But, I mean, what do you need to interview him for? He's worked for the team for almost 30 years. You know what he's done and, what he's like. So I'm betting Minnesota takes on this new style of management after this is all through. Now, I still expect everything to take at least a couple weeks to work its way through. They'll pick it out and they'll announce it on a day that they can have all the press. All the rest of the teams will be in OTAs or something like that. But that will be what happens.
All right, Pay, what's going on in Chicago right now?
Minor clarification. I misspoke. Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football for Week 1 are spoken for already. Sunday Night Football will be the New York Giants hosting the Dallas Cowboys. Who wants to see that? And Monday Night Football will be Kansas City and Denver. The old bosses of the AFC West versus the new bosses of the AFC West. Interesting. As far as the Bears, not much news. They completed rookie camp last week. As far as any transactions that are going on, Zah Frazier, 2025 fifth round pick, he was released by the Bears this, I think, towards the end of last week. Any Bears fans would know Zah Frazier. He pretty much he did miss all of 2025 due to personal issues. He didn't even report to camp. The Bears, to their credit, they kept whatever the situation was, they kept it under wraps. They never let anything out leak to the public, anything like that. They handled it like a class organization. But when you're trying to build unfortunately, when you're trying to build a winner, there's not much roster space available to do certain things. So the time has passed on Zah Frazier and the Chicago Bears being a work relationship. But all good luck to Zah and his future endeavors. But the Bears must move on. Another move, Squirrel, who was at the Bears who was an undrafted free agent the Bears brought to rookie camp. He has decided to retire from football. Grand opening, grand closing on that. Play the music.
Wow.
I was wondering what happened.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know he retired.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard the retirement. I heard he was put on like IR reserve type of deal.
Yeah, his football career, according to him, is now over. Good for him. It's not easy to figure out your path in this life at such an early age. So, again, for him as well, much luck to him and his future endeavors. So,
Zoe says, "Damn, y'all make a rookie retire."
Hey man, football is stressful. football is stressful, and I mean, I don't know if you all pay attention to the world at large here. It's a lot going on. I mean, I don't know what Squirrels got going on right now, but it's just expensive. Football is hard. I just want to sit in my backyard and just eat edibles all day. I can't deal. Maybe Squirrels on that same type of time. I don't know, but like I said, good luck to him and whatever he chooses to do next.
Yeah, I mean, if the world is rough, I'm ready to jump right into it because football is supposed to be an escape from that. But just a squirrel trying to get a nut out here. I understand.
Hey,
metaphorically speaking. As far as the pretty much all the Packers stuff is about the announcement of their game. That's all I could really see out there. But the Lions, according to NFL.com, are amongst the best complete rosters. They feel that although they had a step back last year, 9-8 season, finishing last, they did a good job of retooling. So once again, we will be amongst the hunted, I suppose. But we're off to a good start as far as the draft picks are concerned. Everybody, all 7 draft picks are signed, including 9 undrafted free agents. And as far as I do have scheduling rumors for the Lions. The rumor is that we will be making our game 1 will be against our former defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, in the New York Jets. So that should be a nice way to start the season.
1-0.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't break that interception streak. That's not on our behalf, but obviously Aaron Glenn is pretty familiar with us. So as far as our rumored Thanksgiving game, they say it may be the Bears, which people are kind of like, it's been the Bears. I think I think that's been the most prep.
What's wrong with the Bears?
It's not off the, because in years past, it's been like the Patriots and Tom Brady and just random stuff. But a lot of times it is a divisional opponent. So, it's kind of boring in a sense. We know we're going to see the Bears and Packers and Vikings every year. So, you want to see somebody new, I guess. But that is the rumor and all of
It's
that.
The least watched of all 3 Thanksgiving games.
You said what?
It's the least watched of all 3 Thanksgiving games. I could see why they picked the Bears.
The Lions?
The Lions are the least watched. It's the first game.
I believe it's the least watched.
Less watched than the game.
I think the afternoon and the evening game get better viewership.
The NFL Network game against, the Cowboys. Well, see, the Cowboys is kind of. But
Cowboys.
Cowboys are second. Cowboys are second. Right. Yeah.
All the anticipation leading up to Thanksgiving football, and the first game it gets the least amount of viewers.
I believe so.
I would think it's the second game, after all the itis and tryptophan kick in, and the Dallas Cowboys are usually on TV at that point,
and they're enjoying and they're getting drunk, and then it's all in the background sort of deal, and
it's certainly on. Yeah, I think the game is even if the game is watching you because you're passed out from the turkey. I mean, and it's the Cowboys. We know the Cowboys are a very popular team.
And then every so often they put the Jets on Thanksgiving, and you know what happens there.
Where's the pie? Give me the pie. No, the Jets. No, there's just some organizations that you shake your head at. Mm-hmm. At least we're all competitive.
Yeah, all above 500. So. But any other hot topics before we get up out of here?
Well, we joked last week about when the Packers signed place kicker because McManus is missing field goal kicks in the final games. Well, they cut McManus this week.
Oh, wow. That's so sad.
I know. I can see the tears running down your cheeks, Peg.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I'd bring that up. I thought that was sort of funny.
Do we know anything else about Aaron Rodgers? I feel like I saw some news on him or him going to visit Pittsburgh. Come on, Peg.
I don't think he's visited. It was reported last week to say, everybody stop. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers are going to visit. Are going to have a meeting to discuss their 2026 plans. As of now, I don't think that meeting has happened.
Speaking of the Steelers, they just signed your safety from last year. Hey,
yeah, Jaquan Brisker. Yeah, they've been signed him. He signed him a couple of months back. Oh, he's a Penn. He went to Penn State, so they have more claims to him than we do. Even though he started his career in Chicago, but he's a Pennsylvania kid. Wish him all the best.
That went under the radar. I did not know about that, so that's interesting.
It was towards the end of the first. What? I think he got signed there. 2 weeks into free agency? So it was a while. He only signed a 1-year deal.
One of the Steelers guys I follow just put out a podcast or article written on about how it's going to be good for the Steelers this morning.
Hometown bias.
Well, you know how that goes, Dave. You gotta fan the flame sometimes.
I got you. Gotta juice the pump.
And yeah. You gotta grease the wheel.
Minnesota's got enough going on that we keep stuff rolling all the time.
There's not that's not a pejorative. There's not in any way disrespectful towards Jaquan Brisker. I think Jaquan Brisker is a great player. I think he's a very talented player. But this Aaron Rodgers thing, like, come on, give me a break, man. This is Pittsburgh is really disappointing me. They are acting like the guy who is steady sending messages on Hinge to somebody who's not replying. Like, give it a rest. There are other profiles to go swipe right on. Leave this one alone.
So right now they only have Drew Aller, right? Is that the
They got they drafted a quarterback last draft too, Will Howard. And I think they still have Mason Rudolph.
They had Mason Rudolph, yeah. So
Tim,
all of those are better options. All those are better options than Aaron Rodgers. Am I saying the quiet part out loud?
Hey, I always thought Rodgers was washed years ago, and then they drafted Jordan Love, and suddenly he woke up for a couple of years, and then he's back to washed.
Mm-hmm. He's been progressively worse. I think he won back-to-back MVPs after that point when he drafted Jordan Love. But he's been progressively worse year after year after year after year since then. And like, what do you think he's going to get in year? What, he'll be 42 this year? What do you think he's going to get then? Come on, man. Yeah, this is 40. A train to nowhere.
I'll bet you get more out of Kirk Cousins.
Let me not say I would prefer Kirk Cousins because it's the same train to nowhere. But I would rather go 6-11 with one of my drafted quarterbacks than to go 8-9 or 9-8 or whatever the hell with a 40-year-old quarterback, because it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. What is the point?
Tim says he'll actually be 43 this year.
Even worse.
In December, yeah. Pushing 50.
Let him go do mushrooms in peace, man. Stay away from my football team.
But what you guys got up over the next week as far as the NFL is concerned? Dave, we'll start with you.
Well, tonight we've got a special with Tyler Fornes. He's broken down the film of Juwan Jennings. He's going to be telling our fans about how beneficial he views Juwan Jennings in the KOC offense and how he could be used if KOC decides to use him that way. I think it's going to be fantastic. We'll go over if there's any more leaks of schedule, but tonight's episode is about Juwan Jennings. And then tomorrow night, not at our normally scheduled time on Thursdays. Normally we're running at 6 o'clock. We're going to run at 7 to go over the schedule, because the schedule will be out by 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right.
Schedule, of course. And then Tool Bloggers on Sunday to review it all.
Hey, what you guys got going on?
Well, it's this time of the year. We wait for Christmas, And what the NFL gives us this time is a schedule to talk about. So we'll be breaking that down as well and doing what's our favorite thing? Season predictions. Yes, we're going to do our first record predictions of the year. Yeah. Let's go, Dave. Last year, we predicted the Bears to go. I think me and my co-host all predicted 10-win seasons. The Bears outdid us. They got 11. Let's see if we can spin the block this year. I think I'm gonna try to be a little more restrained, a little bit more restrained on my selections, and I think a little 14-win season. Not too bad. Not too much, not too bad. But yeah, we're going to be doing that. Expect that video out Friday. In fact, we might even do that live. We'll do that live, break down the schedule, and see how the Bears are pointing towards their the official start of the team offseason activity starting June 1st. So it's a lot going on right now. All at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Available anywhere you get your podcast. Apple Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, and everything on the brand new YouTube channel. Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel.
Of course, you can find me over at Vikings First and Skull. YouTube, podcast, any aggregator.
And if you haven't already, please subscribe to Bleachers to Speakers, where we cover the Lions, the Pistons, and the Tigers. I'm going to try to pull June, back. I won't say out of retirement, but, been a while since we did a show. So obviously we'll have our own set of schedule release to talk about. So why not? We'll do our own set of predictions and, just wait for things to really start heating up. We didn't even have rookie minicamp this year. Brad Holmes said away with that. We got something else planned. So we have a little bit less to talk about as far as that's concerned. But as we close out, what do they say in Chicago, babe?
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
The Bears.
What do we say in Detroit?
One pride. That it?
And the Vikings, what do they say in Minnesota?
We say Skull Vikings.
Thanks for joining us.
Get your lick back. If a nugget on you something, ain't no chit chat. Better stay up out the way, don't get your shit.